All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lots of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. This is Exposed News TV. And once again, I thank you. I want to thank those who have actually been supporting us with super chats, super stickers, and super chats. I want to use this opportunity to thank you. Thank you once again. For those who have not supported us, please support my channel by sending super sticker, super chat, and also super thanks. As you do so, may God bless you. Amen. Now, straight up to the issue, because another prophecy don't land. And this particular prophecy is one for every Biafran to have hopes and also believe in the process. Why I'm always bringing up this man's prophecy, the last one I posted, so many people had their own view on his prophecies, but at least nobody was able to come out and say, oh, his prophecies don't come to reality. With the prophecies he has made over and over again, even the predictions. Okay, let me use prediction if that will make you happy. The reality is that we've seen so many so-called men of God, so-called powerful men of God in the zoo and also in diaspora, that have actually predicted wrongly in a world, in a generation where it is now called prediction instead of prophecy, because what they are doing is try your luck. At least we have this man, major prophet of God, of Possibility TV, who has always given his own stance and his prophecy and always hit accuracy in all his prophecies. Quote me wrong if there is anyone he has prophesied that hasn't come to reality, within this Biafran struggle. In fact, a particular subscriber commented, that he's using his brain, he's using sense and all that. No. So many people predicted a lot of things. Even before the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá came out, this man predicted him. He predicted something close to that, and we are seeing what is happening. And he has continued to give his predictions on the Biafran struggle. Nevertheless, it is not by what he's predicting that we are taking decision, but the reality is that we should cut him some slacks. If someone is doing well, you should be proud to say he is doing well, not because he's supporting the struggle, not because of he's saying things in favor of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, but the reality is that he speaks the truth, and that is the most important thing. So, leaving that, we are still on the declaration that we are waiting for, and December 2nd promises to be a historic day. Another prophecy don't land prior to this December 2nd declaration. A lot of Biafrans are hoping and praying, and also they are optimistic that the outcome of December 2nd will bring hope to every Biafran, which is the most important thing. One thing I want to assure you, and one thing I know, is that come what may, nothing will stop the freedom, nothing will stop Biafra, and nothing will stop the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Njoko from doing the needful. That's all it be for my mouth. Thank you once again for joining me on this wonderful YouTube channel. Continue to show your support and continue to show us love by giving us any of those super stickers. As you do so, may God bless you. Amen. Enjoy this prophecy.
First quarter, the first quarter of the leadership of Donald Trump, the American economy is going to bounce back. American economy is going to bounce back. And by this American economy bouncing back, there is going to be a lot of sanctions Sanctions to different countries. When I say countries, the sanction is what's called a trade war. And this trade war is going to happen in such a way that some of the Arabic nations are going to have a lot of issues that they need to sort out with Donald Trump. And not only that, China also. China is going to have a lot of things in their hands to contend with as the new government is coming forward. The first thing God told me is about the American economy. Is what is going to trigger his coming back. And when the American economy triggers is coming back just to compete and make sure that the economy of America bounces back. And I am seeing what's called the wars, especially the Ukrainian war, is going to completely be put to full stop. And this very war is not going to continue anymore. There's going to be what's called a discontinuity of what's called the war that is right there in Ukraine. And there's going to be what's called a rebuilding of the city of Ukraine. The money that have been pumped into wars, the money that have been pumped into ammunition to bring down Russia, to fight, to do this and do that, is going to be channeled to what's called rebuilding the country of what's called Ukrainian country. Ukraine is going to be rebuilt. This is one thing that is very, very sure. Then another thing that major prophet of God has been able to scan through is what's called President Zelensky of what's called the Zelensky of Ukraine. The President Zelensky of Ukraine. We need to pray for him because I am seeing Ukraine being removed from power. Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, I am seeing Zelensky being removed from power and replaced. These are the things that will play out. But the time that this is going to play out, major prophet of God will still keep you updated. Because when it comes to the things of the spirit, as the Lord is opening the eyes of his servant, the major prophet of God, to look at the spiritual world, I will pick up what is in the realm of the spirit as the spirit of God has carried me in the realms of the spirit to begin to glance into the future. I'll bring it to you and will still hesitate. I will not hesitate to make sure that all of these things are made very clear to you so that you cannot be a novice to the things of the spirit. So I am seeing what's called President Zelensky being removed and replaced, because there's going to be, by all means, peace is going to return back to Ukraine, and the Ukraine is going to be rebuilt. For this purpose is why I'm seeing what's called Zelensky being replaced. So may the Lord be glorified and the Lord be praised forever and ever, for he is God and he never changes. He is God, he never disappoints. When he says yes, no man can say no. The door he opens, nobody can close that door. So we must continue to pray. I pray that his removal will not result to death. Will not result to death. I pray it should not result to death. I pray, because when major prophet of God has seen something that is negative, I will try all I want to do to make sure that it becomes a prayer to pray for him. We pray. The prayer is, it should not become dead, but should become something that is life. So we pray for that, and let the Lord be praised forever and ever. That concerns the country of what's called Ukrainian country, and what's called the war is going to be completely put to a full stop, and also the rebuilding of Ukraine is going to be rapidly done. And I am seeing what's called, this is what's called the fund that belongs to Russia that has been confiscated by the world power, especially NATO and the rest of them, America. This was called Russian fund that are confiscated, returned back to Russia, These are the things that are going to play out, because some of this fund are also going to be used to rebuilding the land of Ukraine. We give God the glory because God is God and God is not a man. We must continue to play the role of what's called the peacekeeping on the face of the earth. The earth is of the Lord and the fullness thereof. And anything that goes on the face of the earth that does not bring peace, every child of God, every servant of God is to stand in the gap, to pray, and also prefer solution for peace to reign on the face of the earth. Because this is the war that God has made. And for God so loved the world God that he gave his only begotten son, Jesus Christ. And by Jesus Christ, we are made to come and represent that office, occupy till he comes. And that is why major prophet of God is remaining in the office of prophecy to now continually prophesy until the Lord comes. Major prophet of God will prophesy. And so that is what is already in the realm of the spirit that the Lord has shown to his servant, the major prophet of God, to talk about. Because when we talk about these people who are prayer warriors and people who are all intercessors from different parts of the world will continue to intercede and pray. I was going through what's called somebody online talking about Donald Trump to be impeached. That's not possible. It's not possible. There's nothing like that in the realm of the spirit. Major prophet of God, I've looked at the spiritual world and I've glanced through the regime of Donald Trump. I'm not seeing anything impeachment, though there's going to be a stepping of toes, and many people are going to come out to now try to do one or two things. But the issue of what Donald Trump experienced in the other time of his leadership, this time around is going to be quite different, because this time around he's coming with what was called more determined and more focused and more concentrated to make sure that America gets better. That's a message that the Lord is showing to major prophet of God, to see it first and prophesy it the way it is. He's going to rule his 4 years. There's not going to be anything impeachment to him. There's not going to be anything impeachment for him. All we should pray now is to pray that America should bounce back fully, because we are all in the support that America should do well. When America do well, we are happy. When America is doing well, we rejoice. When America is doing well, the world will be happy, because this is what was called the police of the world. So we must give them every support that they need, spiritually and physically, and making sure that everything is all right. And then when they sing a song, they say everything is turning around for good. So let everything turn around for good, that the people in America may be happy and also rejoice. We need to pray and continue to trust the Lord, for God is God and God is not a man. God can never be a man. God will remain God and continue to be who he is at all time, in the name of Jesus Christ. Another issue in the realm of the spirit that major prophet of God is now looking at, it is too early to begin to dive into the governance of Donald Trump and telling you what the future holds and who is going to be the next American president after Donald Trump. These are the areas we have to focus attention and begin to look at the spiritual world and begin to look at what is going to happen. But there are people that the Lord has shown to major prophet of God to see and begin to also point the spiritual finger on them, so that these are the people that are likely to go and merge and become one day presidents of America. Major prophet of God has seen it all, and the Lord will continue to do what he is going to do, and nobody can say no. I am seeing in the team of Donald Trump, I'm seeing right there, this was called Elon Musk, this was called the young man that was taken together with Elon Musk. Two of these people are about to be washed out in the next, what's called next coming forward, when the next American election is going to begin to come forth. These are people to watch out. I don't know how to remember the name of the other young man that was together in a particular portfolio that was given to Elon Musk and that young man. So these two people should be watched. The hand of the Lord is already pointing there. But it's too early to begin to dive into things that will happen in the future. You remember that when I gave the prophecy that God was not done with Donald Trump, I told you God is not done with Donald Trump. That was 2020. That was 2020. Nobody could ever believe that this very prophecy will come to pass in a day. But major prophet of God has glanced into the future, and I told you, I said, God is not done with Donald Trump, because I'm seeing Donald Trump coming to contest again to become American president. This is the prophecy given on this altar. It is for you to respect God and give God glory, and know there's nothing on the face of the earth that happened at the back of God. So we're looking at what is going to happen come and we're looking at the future and we begin to prophesy things as the Lord is giving the major prophet of God the grace to prophesy. Major prophet of God, I am not ashamed of prophecy because it is what God has given to me as the power of God to begin to prophesy that people may be blessed all over the world and people can be able to walk in light and not in darkness, and people can give God the glory and people can say, oh God, you are God. And that's why they sang a song and said, you are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are all by yourself. You are God. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. Now recognize and also what's called state of Biafra in the realm of the spirit to the realm of the physical. But we must continue for peace of God to reign upon the face of the earth, because it is the will of God for peace to reign. Let the peace of God reign, for we are praying for the peace of God. Major prophet of God is born to prophesy, and when it comes to prophesy, I will not shy away from prophesying the truth, because I will prophesy the truth, whether it be for me or it be for another person or it be for another people or it be for another nation. I don't care. What I care is to go ahead, prophesy whatever I see in the realm of the spirit. And that is why when the people were going, oh, it is time for Kamala Harris, it is time for American female to be a president, I said, the America is not ripe. They are not ripe for what people are thinking or saying that the next president is Donald Trump. I did not say it to disprove or to hate or to now go against anybody. I'm saying what I see in the realm of the spirit, because I'm seeing what's called Donald Trump right there in the month of January. I'm seeing what's called an inauguration date in the realm of the spirit. I'm seeing a date called 20th of January. And this 20th of January, I'm seeing what's called inauguration of what's called the president-elect of America, Donald Trump, to become the next president of America. And this is 47th presidency of America. And in the speech, and I'm seeing as the speech was going on, and after all said and done, and Donald Trump entered into the office, and I saw what's called recognition of the state of Biafra. Recognition of the state of Biafra right there in the White House. Donald Trump. Somebody begin to look at major prophet of God. Why you see tomorrow? It's not the major prophet of God, it's the God of the major prophet of God. Because when it comes to accurate prophecy, it is not the man you are looking at, it is the spirit of God. And that's what they sang a song. They said, something more than gold, something more than silver. The spirit of the Lord in the life of man is something more than gold, something more than gold. Jesus, you are the Lord.
And lovers of freedom, good evening, friends of Biafra. Good evening, sympathizers of Biafra and those that long to see Biafrans alive. And good evening to those that want to come and die in Biafraland. Which we will continue to cut your tails, cut your wings, cut your legs, cut your heads off and dismember you into pieces as far as self-defense, self-determination, and self-preservation is concerned, because it is our inalienable right and remain unprovoked while you come into Biafra land to dismember our babies, women, children, and men. Cries and everywhere yearns because they hear the name Simon Èkpá. Everywhere cries and everywhere mourns because they hear and know that 2nd December is fast approaching. We will fire because the tempo must be hotter than it has ever been. And after 2nd December, you will understand what it means to have delegitimized Nigerian terrorists in Biafra land. I salute all Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I have not come here to sugarcoat matters to you. I'm not the Minister of Information that jumps into media here and then and massage your thighs and your ribs so that it will suit you. No, I give you what is best for the United States of Biafra, not what will make you merry, not what will make you to sleep well. It is what will make Biafra to come. So we gather here today to keep the fire burning and to activate every cylinders that have been off the rail. I starting from number one to the last. You're all wonderful. I salute all my ministers of the gospel in the media, whichever way you serve, keep the fire burning and do not allow anything to derail your focus. I salute the entire cabinet of the Biafran government because there is a team working to make things happen with the Honorable Prime Minister, the Obato, the Itiare Kondo, the Agbaraburu, the Obato, the Agune Chamber of Biafraland, the stone that the builders rejected, the Mwakoda, which no other person's name has been bidded for over 5.5 million naira. But Mwakoda was bidded for 5.5 million naira, zoo naira. I salute all Biafrans who are standing their ground. I salute our angels on comprising of the Biafra Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Dragon Marine, the Navy, the Air Force, and every arms of government secured and protected. I salute you. Without your funds, without your money, we wouldn't be able to procure everything that we need. Your funds is making the lobbies department to do their work very well. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Biafran government is doing well. All kudos to what you're bringing to the table. Finance is of great essence. That is why I played the audio to bring in every quota that they have financially, because it's not just by talking. It is with ego, it is with obogo, it is with oko, it is with that money, it is with that ejema that we use to complete and translate everything we say into actions. Buoyant and up to date in this Biafra liberation. You are the one that is making things to happen. Not Biafra yet. We are still on it. And so I applaud you, and as I applaud you, look around you and call some other person. Make the Biafra liberation and the donation to become contagious. Let the virus in you of Biafra affect another a person around you. Let the person be contract. How do I also partake in what you're doing so that I will also gain the blessings that you have gained? There you have the time to explain to the person very well. We need more money. Yes. It is not coming to the media to look for our prime minister. That is the case. It is not asking from morning to night, where is my prime minister? It is not asking that you are having IBP or you're having BBP or you're having 99P or you're having waist pain or you're having eye pain. No, that is not so. Is finance. The electoral process and the civil disobedience that we are using, they are all working and giving us everything we need. The self-defense which we are using, the harm, the result that we need. And you can all see the result speaking out. They say you don't need to be the one to tell people what you do. People happen by telling us how far the Prime Minister, the Biafran government, is destroying the integrity, the image, and the existence of one Nigeria in Biafraland. Not just in Biafraland, we are destroying and also. We thank God that first in history, we now see the Biafran team, Team Biafra, CA tournament ranking international. This has not happened before. What people could not do in 15 years, in 30 years, in 40 years, the Prime Minister made it happen in a week. In a week, a tournament was ongoing. CF Biafra partook in the tournament, and today you can see it's making the headlines. You must all speak and write about Biafra. If not, stomach pain go do you. Thunder go fire you for where you did. Pictures where Biafran jersey was used in the 76, 78, 79, 71, and thereabout, even after the genocidal war, to commensurate the existence of the Biafran people who were slaughtered during the genocidal war by the one Nigerian terrorists headed by Britain. And we saw those people line up in 12 and in 24s. We were not alive then, and we did not know what happened. But what did we do? Making the history read now in the system. And tomorrow and in years to come, people will also come back to sit down and read about what we have done in this time. So kudos to all of you that have made history in your own time. Kudos to all of you that are working side by side to see that this government actualize the history in your own time. Your names will be written in gold. This happened with money. That is why I will still refer you back to the music I played, where the finance minister was canvassing and calling on all Biafrans to reach out and to donate and to bring more money, because without money, we cannot achieve anything. I thank you all that have been making that happen. Please do more. Of December, the Biafra gate is open, and then we expect to see everyone in Finland. 11 days countdown begins today. So those that are very good in counting it for us, today is 11 days countdown. Please let it trend and let it go far and wide. We want to see every day going forward flyers from the 11th day being today. Going forward, tomorrow will be 10th day. Let us see flyers of the countdown like they counted the last time. Will be there to count it for us as we make the history happen. But be reminded that there are people that are optimistic and waiting so much to see that we restore this Biafra so that it will be beneficial to them. They can have job, they can have security, because they understand that with Biafra, there is hope for mankind. There is hope for mankind in Africa. In Biafra, Africa died and Africa is going to awake with Biafra. I salute all Biafrans. We've seen propagandas and blackmails and everything that has been concocted and turned upside down. And as you know, these Biafran governments don't jump into the media to say anything anyhow, because we've passed that stage of coming to speak the way it will suit you. No, we don't do that anymore. We do what suits the Biafran government, what will bring us Biafra. Most especially from the Nsama side, That is why I started by telling the media of Biafran government, I salute all of you, because fire that burns in every thunder, you are standing your ground and you keep focus. You don't derail in any way. So I congratulate the media team again. I salute all of you for doing what you know how to do best. That means you understand the language of this government. You understand the mandate that the Prime Minister puts on the table. Even when the enemies are throwing their bombs left, right, center, you know where we are because you know who your leader is. Yes. Our prime minister has been kidnapped. Our prime minister has not been kidnapped, oh please. Our prime minister is sound on good. Our prime minister is busy with national assignments. And when he is back, all of you will hear from him. So he is sound and healthy and he is in very good condition. Now, you need to understand that it is not every assignment that you embark on that must be on social media. And you must carry phone, left, right, center, give you update. But it's not everywhere that he needs to go on national assignments that he has to be giving you updates every seconds and minutes. So you must understand that the prime minister is sound and okay. Our prime minister is not kidnapped, please. But it is the topic. This government to jubilate. Let them continue to jubilate. Let them have enough topic. Let them sing the song. Let them dance everywhere. Then when our president, because whenever he dances, he puts the enemy into trouble. They all go kaka. So I beg, disregard every nonsense rumor that is on national assignment. Now, every media personnel going forward, you have a mandate. Whatever they need to hear. Yes. Let them, like this topic that they have put now, let them continue to train with it. I'm here to make it known to all of you that nothing is wrong with my prime minister. The prime minister of the Biafran government is okay. He's on national assignment. Government, and that is why I'm speaking as the information minister of the Biafran government under the government of the people of Biafra. You have a mandate. Convention is ahead. Tomorrow it will be 10 days ahead, depending on your time zone. What we need from every Biafran is to do what? To make sure the awareness of the convention intensifies. We need more money. Yes, we need more money for the convention to acquire everything that we need. As we focus on the convention, we have our defense in the homeland to also fight. So everything boils down to money. Nothing will be done without money. So I am calling on all of you. I'm calling on all of you that the best in the media is the awareness for finance to come in.
That business must continue. And I greet you all. Raphael Chiamaka Jere. Deputy Minister of Communications, Biafra Republic Government in exile. And there's one beautiful thing that this particular short absence of those of us that are in this government. Yes, we're going to prove our effectiveness, and how well we can manage our office. That Prime Minister Mazi Simon Èkpá have delivered has always been, top notch, perfect, beautiful, solid. So within this space, we have to prove that we actually fit the office in the media, in the liaison offices, in our locations, in the open field. The harvest is plenty. It is said that laborers are few. So how about these few laborers? Now, the resources that we need to get this boat safely to the shores of Biafra. What are we going to do within this short space of time to ensure that, in fact, we prove our prime, we are in sync with everything he has taught us and how far he is leading us. Believe you me, I faces within the next hours that he might take in absence. I'm going to prove to him that yes, I am not Van 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 for nothing. I am Van 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 with swag. And I am going to give water where water is needed. I am going to give Bozar anything I need to give, blow to blow, iron to in this particular, seasoned Umochineke that is meant to restore Biafra. I'm telling you, look, just like our Prime Minister said, that we are not going to look for another one to restore Biafra. This is the set of Biafrans, the set of people that will restore the kingdom of heaven. We are the ones. So it is time to prove it. And you know that it is not by they're doing everything. You maybe during the fundraising, you normally come and you give your 20 euro, 50 euro. Now you are going to say, Prime Minister, tempo is increased. So to make sure that the momentum is high, I had to give 500 a Gemma. I used to give 200, but I had to give 500 while I did not see you. Just to make sure that when you come back, you will hear that Botozo and the men on ground have done another water. In fact, the video